All right, we're back for another Lyx tutorial. In this one, we're going to discuss the relationship between Lyx and Latex. So try to get under the hood of Lyx a little bit. So Lyx is nothing but a front end for the real document engine behind it. It is Latex. Okay, so when you go through the Lyx install process, it actually installs the Windows version. One of the Windows versions of LaTeX is called MikTeX. So if you go into your program files and look for MikTeX here, you'll see this one has installed MikTeX 2.9. This is your tech distribution that's been installed when you did the bundle installation of Lyx. Okay, so when you write the Lyx file and then you say you want to view the PDF, it actually compiles this document into LaTeX using your the tech installation you have in your machine, which in this case is MikTeX. So if you want to know a little bit more about LaTeX, which we can't cover in this video, please go look it up online. Just touch on it a little bit. If there's other, when you're doing your document, and you may want to include other tech packages. Tech packages give you additional capabilities. For example, if you want to create very fancy tables or things like that, there's a fancy table tech package. Should go to your program files, start your MikTeX manager. It'll come up. The MikTeX manager will come up, and you could use this. If you go to the packages tab, you could go in and see what packages you have installed and what packages are available from a local repository, and then add additional ones if you need to. Um, so the basic idea is you may need to install additional packages, which you do through MikTeX. Remember, Lyx has nothing to do with that. So Lyx is just a front end for tech. So if you need other tech packages, you need to go to the package manager in MikTeX, and you could start the package manager. And if you start the package manager, it'll come up and it'll list all the packages that you have installed. So it'll tell you what date it was installed on and a quick description of what this package does. So for example, if you want to do multi-line links with hyperref, you don't have this package installed, you go ahead and tell it you want to install this package. It'll download it and install that package in your tech distribution. Okay. After you install the packages, you may need to go ahead and go back to the General tab in MikTeX and hit refresh FNDB. This refreshes your tech database. Okay, so if Lyx ever complains that it can't find your package, you probably have to do this before you may not have done this properly. Anyway, going back to your tech distribution. If you look in your tech distribution, one directory you should be aware of is under MikTeX. You'll see there's like a config, there's some configuration, and under the tech. So under tech, this is where you'll see a lot of general LaTeX, all of your packages, like we just looked at the AE. This is where it installed that package. These are nothing but text files that define how to format your document for that particular type of style. Okay, and you'll see a lot of files that either end in STY, which is known as a style file in tech, or you'll see CLS files, which are class files. And there's some other files here that you could look up. But the main ones you need to know about are style files and CLS files, which will come up later on when we need to do some advanced stuff in Lyx. Okay, so this is under the LaTeX directory. That's where you'll find all of your installed LaTeX packages. And similarly, if you go under your Lyx, installation, if you look under the resources directory, you'll see that there's a few directories you should be aware of. One main one is called layouts, which we'll touch on later on. But every type of document style that Lyx has a corresponding layout. So if you go back to Lyx and look at the every time you start a new document in Lyx, what you're working with is, you'll see it's defaulted to article. Okay, and if you change it, you'll see there's different kinds of articles depending on if you want to write IEEE journal paper. You could change the article to IEEE. It automatically reformats your output to be IEEE format. You don't have to do any extra work. If you want to type to Elsevier, you just type it in and change it to Elsevier. It does the formatting for you. Okay, so all of these article types, you can see there's a few unavailable, have a corresponding layout file in the layout directory in Lyx. So if you go into the layout directory, you can see there's an article layout. This is a very basic one. Okay, and there may be one associated with a book layout, or let's see if we can find the IEEE. Here's the IEEE transactions layout. So all these layout files tell Lyx how to display your document as you're going through. And correspondingly, there's a tech style file or a CLS file that actually does the formatting into a PDF in those using the IEEE formats and things like that. So that's a little bit of under the hood behind tech and Lyx. And next time we'll come back and use some of this knowledge.